Hello everyone, it's a Sunday and I wasn't quite sure whether I'd make this happen today, but I have. I've got the boat on the tidal grid. And I've just finished washing the bottom and it made a big difference because it was quite dirty, but also the prop was really foul. So it's going to be very interesting when I get off later to see how the difference. I'm also, so I'm going to go wash my hands now and have a break. I'm also doing a little bit of maintenance on the motor. Having trouble getting the oil out because this is where you put the oil in, but I can't get the tube down there, and the tube with the dipstick is too narrow. So after lunch I'm going to have to go fossicking, and hopefully there's a bolt underneath, can catch it that way. I managed to change the oil filter, which doesn't really mean jack if I can't change the oil. But I like to change the oil. I also like to do the diesel filters and put some fresh diesel in it. There was three main things for the boat: doing the engine and maintenance, cleaning the bottom, and doing the varnishing. And if all goes well, I'll have two of those things done today. And they're actually the things that make it usable or not usable. So I'll take you down and show you the bottom. This is a tidal grid here at Scott's Landing. It's the first time I've ever used it. I think it's not as good as some other ones I've used because it's very slippery. But you know, don't get me wrong, I appreciate the use of it too. It's great being able to use a tidal grid and give your bottom of the boat a scrub. It's an interesting question on the green front though, like, because you know, I was quite conscious, like, see the runoff in the water? That's just from scrubbing the boat. Now I know soft ablative anti-foul is made to actually go in the water, but I don't know, that didn't seem quite right when I was doing it. You know, I wasn't scraping it or anything, I was just scrubbing it, and effectively that's what happens in the water, but not as thoroughly, because soft ablative, the idea is that things stick to it, and then when you move it comes off. But you know, when they're sailing you don't see a green streak behind you. So I don't know, like, I'm in two minds about it. I wonder if that's maybe the best thing. I might try this is I've scrubbed it now, and I might actually try just washing it in the water every couple of months and not putting the anti-foul on it, because effectively you're putting it all in the water, aren't you? Which, I don't know, like, I don't know that much about the world of life, but it doesn't seem like quite the right thing to me. Let's go down and have a look. My niece tells me I should edit these videos so you wouldn't be with me going down the ladder. I'd be like, oh, then we're there. It's not real life though. Although she's very wise. Hey Maddie. Anyway, this is what I've been doing. So it's Sarnia. Oh, by the way, Sarnia was the winner. So I had the two boats. I had the big, beautiful boat, Neighbourhood Threat, which is just over there. But I ended up selling it. I had to sell one of them. I ended up selling the big one, and my motivation for partly was money, but partly it was, I decided actually, it was as simple as this. If I have a smaller boat, I'll go sailing more. Have the bigger boat, it'd be better when I take friends and family and everyone else out. But for me, actually, it's much fun sailing that, if not more. The full keel gives a lot of stability, it's very forgiving. It's very easy to sail with a furler. And I mean, it's got a little bit of work, but it's beautiful as well. Oh God, Sarnia is a beautiful boat. You know, let's have a quick look around. So anyway, that also it was the ability to sell it. Like the other one was always going to be more popular because people like size, and you know that 30-foot size is a very, very popular segment. And so it was easy to sell, and I'm a bit tired of selling boats, so I wasn't really up to a big hoo-ha with it. The guy who bought it's a lovely guy. He's yeah, he's got things he's going to do with it. I won't go into detail because that's his business. But and it doesn't seem like the right thing to do, talk about other people's business. Rattle on about my own. But anyway, hey, I want to also show you. So look, I didn't scrape it because you're not legally allowed to scrape on the or sand on the tidal grid, but you are allowed to scrub, and that's what I did, just with the brush. Scrubbed it down, and the propeller was the main thing. The propeller was very, very foul. So it'll be very interesting to see. Also, we just want to talk about the draft. We go around the other side. I'm going to have lunch in a minute, wash my hands, have lunch. That'll be bloody good. And then just relax. Oh, sorry, not quite relax. I've got to do the oil change. So this is the draft. So it's up to there on me. I'm very curious, folk boat owners, does this look like a folk boat to you? That's the draft. Now I'm 5'6", so what is that? Is that what, 4'6" or something, I guess? About 4'6". I can't remember the draft of a folk boat. I thought folk boats had a shorter draft than that. But hey, tell you something that's really, really exciting. Did you see the video when I was sailing this up here from Whangaparoa? I was clicking over 5 knots with a dirty bum. This is going to go like a rocket when it's clean. Now, I've had other folk boats and I don't think they were that fast. And actually, if you look at how it does look like a folk boat line, I'd be very interested in folk boat owners. Is that a folk boat or is it a knockoff? I mean, so many of them are knockoffs and been varied a little bit. And also, I've always thought the rig was a buttier rig than a folk boat because it's got those 3 stays. Folk boats are a more simple rig. But it almost looks to me in some ways like a small H28. But anyway, I'm not going to rattle on all day. I'm going to go wash my hands, have my lunch. And I tell you what, like I said, if I get the oil change and stuff on the engine, I'll have 2 of the 3 major things with the boat. And then the other was just revarnishing that thing, which is not desperately, it's mostly aesthetic. Or there'll be a little bit of protective stuff involved. I mean, you know, the varnish will protect the water, but it's not desperate. It doesn't need to be done today, and it doesn't need to be done before I sail it. And I'm all about getting out, it's just spring in a few days, I'm all about getting out sailing. Now, I want to get out and enjoy it. So having a clean bum's a big step in the right direction. That engine will give me a bit more confidence. Tell you the other thing with the folk boat, like the big boat, you kind of like, I think to myself, man, if the motor craps out, 2, 1, the boat's not really worth anything to me. I mean, it's a really nice motor, but if it does crap out, then I'd also shit myself, whereas on a little boat, if the motor craps out, I'd be like, oh, ho-hum, keep on, bloody near keep on with the day, like, you know, I can just handle it that much easier. But I do have a liking for small things that comes into it too, and blah, blah, blah. I won't bore you to death. Anyway, hope you're having a great day. It's sunny, spring is in the air, all that COVID shit's over, hopefully, and life's feeling pretty good. It's good to be here. Yeah, it's really good to be here. Bye-bye.